Howdy friends, welcome back to another Diablo 2 video. This time I want to talk about another early rune word that I think has a lot of power and is a ton of fun to use. That of course is the rune word white. So what exactly is the rune word white? So it's using a dual IO, so not low, IO. It is basically something you can socket two of these into any wand, necromancer wand, and it will give you basically incredible bonuses early on in the game. So what actually are the bonuses in the game? So right out of the gate, first thing to notice is these runes are actually pretty low. I almost said no pun intended, but it's IO. These runes are pretty easy to find. You should be able to get these on Countess normal, no problem. The level requirement for this is a little steeper than some of the other rune words that we've talked about, so the level requirement is going to be 35. This is not ladder only, so you can use this kind of anywhere. Non-ladder, standard, I don't know, I guess that's kind of the same thing. Offline, it is not exclusive to ladder, which is always nice. So what exactly are the benefits that come with the rune word white? So let's get into it. What this does, here's basically all the stats for it. So let me hide this back one. There we go. So this is what you're going to get out of it. Hit causes monsters to flee 25%. So anytime hit, this is physical hit, the monsters will essentially run away from you. This isn't going to be super geared towards, this isn't going to be super useful for this item, because a lot of what you're going to be using this for is going to be something like a bone necromancer, spirit necromancer, any kind of early summoning or kind of mid, pet build type thing. Plus 10 to vitality, that's always great to get a little extra health along the way, and you get a little extra stamina there too, which necromancers are kind of notoriously squishy characters, so anytime you can add a little bit to it, it's going to be awesome. But here's where we get into the meat and potatoes of it. Plus 3 to poison and bone spells, incredible. Plus 3 to bone armor, which is awesome, because if you have this, technically you can save yourself a point if you want, although I'm trying to figure out how the tree works for that. You might still have to put a point in that either way. But anyway, plus 2 to bone spear. Again, this is going to be something more geared towards a bone mancer. Plus 4 to skeleton mastery, which this is going to be awesome, especially if you have, if you want to do a bone summon hybrid, or even like a poison one. If you want a couple skeletons out of the gate, adding plus 4 to skeleton mastery, one saves you a point, so you don't have to put it in there if it's something that you're just kind of using in the interim until you get some of your end level gear. It's going to be awesome. It's going to add a nice little boost to all of your skeletons. Love to see it. Then we have magic damage reduced by 4 anytime you can reduce damage coming in. I always say, even if it's 1 point, if it's 1,000 points, reducing damage coming in is always going to be a positive in this game. Especially, again, necromancers are more squishy characters, especially if you're doing something like a hardcore character. I know necromancers are a pretty common, quote-unquote, safe hardcore option that a lot of people use. So anytime you can reduce damage coming in, love to see it. 20% faster cast rate. This is going to tie back into the whole bone mancer kind of side of it. The faster that you can do, teeth, that you can do bone spear, it's going to be awesome. Bone spirit, anytime you can increase your overall cast rate to hit those breakpoints are going to be awesome. Things like, this something like spirit down the road would probably outperform this in terms of faster cast rate, but it's still awesome to have. And then we have plus 13 to mana. So overall, we see kind of like in summation, this is really going to be an awesome early level, I keep saying early level 35, early-ish level necromancer rune word that you're going to want to prioritize if you're doing something, like a bone mancer or pet build, something like that. Something that I would probably equate this to, trying to some other items. This would be kind of like a leaf for a sorceress. I would say that that's kind of in a similar tier. But the most important part to keep in mind with all of this is, okay, this rune word is awesome, but the best part about this is that you can put it on things on, essentially, no pun intended, but white 2 socket wands that you can buy in basically anywhere in the game, so you can really boost your bases on there. So you can, let's say, for example, if you had something that was like plus 2 to, I don't know, poison and bone spells or something on your base, you can add this to it, and then you have now plus 5. So kind of dialing in and finding that perfect base for this is also half of the game. This is something similar to like, in that regard, something similar to like a mosaic, where like, you'd want the base affixes to really play nice with what is already on there. Some people use this as like, awesome, if I can have these poison and bone spells being increased, I can do something like, +1 to decrepify or amplify damage to save yourself a point. If you're again still in this early-ish realm of the game, level 35, you know, decrepify is nice, but if you're doing it a single target, 1 point in there will be more than enough. So not super involved with this one. I really like this rune word. I always try and get this if I make a necromancer. What are your thoughts, though? Do you think there are other rune words that you think outperform this one at this level? You know, taking into consideration the base affixes that you can get on, you know, your 2-socketed wands and stuff like that. So if you're liking these videos and you want to see more rune words, definitely subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. I want to hear from you guys. You know, leave a comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like, you know, things that I might have missed, all that good stuff. I always love learning from the community. It's a lot of fun making these videos. And yeah, so I'm going to end this one here. I got a lot of other rune word videos out there. If you're looking for more, I'll kind of pin that playlist somewhere along here if you're liking these. But I'm going to end this one here. I appreciate all the love and support so far, and thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys on the next one.